this is a high efficiency boiler. It's temporary install, but I got a piece of cardboard here and I want to teach you something today. So the best lessons are the cardboard lessons. Got a marker. So here's your system. Here is the day. It's a 70-degree day. It's a 0-degree day. It's a 40-degree day. This is your boiler's capacity. So over here we have, you need 0% capacity, 50% capacity, and you need 100% capacity. So you really only need, let's say, on a hypothetical number, it could be 10 degrees, it could be minus 10 degrees, let's call it 0. On a 0-degree day, you need 100% capacity. That's right over here. On a 70-degree day, you need 0% capacity. So what you end up with is, you end up with a line. This is what your capacity is. So if you're on a 40-degree day, what do you need? Hypothetically, 50% capacity, right? So now here's the problem. If you have a boiler that is a fixed rate boiler, it's not a condensing style modulating boiler, what ends up happening is you're oversized pretty much every single day unless it's that design day. And let's be honest, if your boiler's on design day and not running 100% balls to the wall, it's oversized too. So that is how capacity works along with temperature of a boiler. Now the next thing you see, and this goes with air conditioning, this goes with inverter units, Mitsubishi units, Daikin, any inverter style system, and this also works with high efficiency boilers right over here, is if you take a look at this graph, people say, well, it's a condensing boiler. It can modulate itself just like a gas pedal. So if this is a seat in the car, right? And you got a guy sitting over here, hand on the steering wheel, and he's pressing on the gas pedal. The gas pedal goes here, the gas pedal goes here, the gas pedal goes here. The gas pedal goes this direction, right? You have 0%, 2%, 10%, and 100%. Now, these condensing boilers have a 5-to-1 turn down ratio, which means if the 100,000 BTU boiler would have a 5, can go as low as 20,000 BTU. Now, there's a bunch of arguments out there about boilers that are 10-to-1 turn down ratio, 15-to-1 turn down ratio, maybe even 20-to-1 turn down ratio. And I'm not gonna go over the whole 20-to-1, 5-to-1. But let's just say this: I've done the math. More than 5-to-1 is not necessary. If you need more than 5-to-1, you need multiple boilers. So let me show you this. And I'm not going to get into the science. I'm not going to argue with guys about combustion and excess air and stuff. Really don't even care what you have to say right now, unless you want to message me privately. I'm not going to argue in the chats. So here's this. If you have a 5-to-1 turn down ratio boiler, you have a 100,000 BTU boiler, it goes down to 20,000 BTUs. If you need 100,000 BTUs on design day, and it can go down to 20%, that's awesome. So the boiler will, let's say this is 100% and this is 20%, right, over here. So any day that is warmer than, I don't know, 55 degrees, any day, the boiler, this is the area where the boiler is too big even on that day. Any day colder than 55 degrees, the boiler will be correctly sized, or at least can modulate the gas pedal. It can adjust the gas pedal in the car to be for that proper day. So it can go between 20,000 BTUs and 100,000 BTUs, but the minimum gas pedal is 20,000 BTUs. What happens if you go take a house, and we're going to redraw this on the other side, and you take a 5-to-1 turn down ratio or any turn down ratio boiler, which means it can go between that number, and it's oversized. So let me show you this. Let's actually show it to you on the same side. If you have a boiler that is, instead of 100,000 BTUs, it's 200,000 BTUs. So if you have a boiler that is 200,000 BTUs, instead of 100,000 BTUs, this is not a BTUs, this is percent. That means if this is 100%, so now you're going to have a 200,000 BTU boiler. This is 50%. Here's 25%, 75%, and 100%. So what happens? This boiler is 100,000 BTUs. This boiler is 200,000 BTUs. So on a 0 degree day, your boiler can run 50%. Right? So now what happens if it's if you take a 5 to 1 turn down ratio boiler and it's 200,000 BTUs, then the lowest the boiler can go is 40,000 BTU, right? So what is 40,000 BTU? 40,000 BTU is a 20% mark. So let me show you that over here. And I just added in this little 0 over here to show you what 0% boiler capacity is. So, sorry for the noise over here. We're on a construction site and there's some generators running, or at least somebody's trying to get the generator to run. So if you take a look over here, if on a 0 degree day, you need 50% of the 200,000 BTUs, and the lowest this boiler will run is 20%. So let's say the lowest it'll run here any day north or warmer than, let's say, a 45 degree day, the boiler is considered oversized. So what you end up having is you have a gas pedal to dumb it down, that the minimum gas pedal range is still too powerful. Think about a super fast car. Think about a go-kart. Sometimes it's got a little bit like an on-off switch. So when you have a boiler that is too large, even if it's a high efficiency, even if it's a modulating Mitsubishi style unit, like an inverter or a heat pump, whatever you guys want to call it, split unit, it is still going to be oversized. And when it's oversized, it's going to cycle. It won't be a perfect match. So keep that in mind when you're sizing a high efficiency boiler. It is not completely variable speed. It will not completely match the load. So, as an example, this boiler is only about 135,000 BTUs. This boiler runs flat out to keep this construction site at temperature. If this boiler was severely oversized, it would end up running and then turning itself off because it can't sustain a small fire. Right now, this boiler can sustain a low fire or a whole high fire without ever hitting the speed limit. In this case, it's the high limit. It's the number that the boiler turns off. My name is Mo, turnupthecomfort.com. I hope you learned something out of this video. Reach out to me. We serve pretty much consulting anywhere in the country and other countries. If a camel can get there, an airplane can get there, I can get there. And my goal for everybody is to give you unbiased, no BS, real answers. To your builder, you're a homeowner, you're an engineer, you're a designer, you need a second opinion, whatever it is. My name is Mo. Reach out to my office. 347-460-HEAT, 347-460-HEAT. My name is Mo, and I look forward to helping you out one day. Enjoy your day. Catch you later.